Women are considered lesser humans in patriarchal societies. Kerala is no exception. But there is a widespread misconception that women enjoy a very high status in Kerala society. Some popular development indicators like higher sex ratio, female literacy, life expectancy, lower maternal mortality, and a heritage of matriliny strengthens this myth. Statistics sometimes do not tell the whole truth. There is a deepening gender crisis in Kerala. There have been increasing instances of gender-based violence, particularly domestic violence against women in Kerala. Studies say that Thiruvananthapuram, the capital of Kerala, ranks as the capital of India in the prevalence of domestic violence against women. State Women's Commission says there is an increase in dowry-related violence, rape, and other atrocities against women in the state. Sex rackets are rampant in the state despite the efforts of the women's group and the government. The women in Kerala bear almost all responsibilities of the household as well as of the contraception. The number of old women is more compared to men in our society, and they suffer as they are dependent without any property or assets. Recent years have shown a rising male-child ratio in the 0 to 6 population in Kerala. This is an indication that sex-selective abortion is being practiced here, which is an indication of increasing male bias. In spite of high literacy rate, women's work participation is lower than the national average. Women's political participation is also very low in Kerala. Women need to organize and create assets to empower themselves to change this unequal scenario. Space to come together, information, support, and organizations are the assets which will help them. Sakhi, Women's Resource Center, is an effort to provide these critical assets to the women in Kerala. Sakhi, meaning women friend, is an informal collective of feminists who share a common vision. Sakhi has a vision of integrating class, caste, ecological, and gender perspectives in Kerala society. It envisions a society based on political, economical, and social justice. Sakhi was initiated in 1996. It was born out of a consciousness for the need to work with women and on women's rights in a highly patriarchal and deeply political society. The initiators of Sakhi have a history of working with fish workers, reed workers, and women in the informal sector. It is part of various people's moments, and it has been this perspective that informs the analysis and vision of Sakhi. Sakhi believes that women are not a homogeneous category and bear the brunt of multiple oppressions and discrimination of class, caste, and gender. It is important to weave this interrelationship while building up a movement of women towards which all the activities of Sakhi are geared. Eliama Vijayan, who initiated Sakhi, did so with the help of a fellowship she received after working 16 years with marginalised communities. Sakhi is registered as a charitable trust. The trustees are Dr. Sundari Ravindran, Mercy Alexander, Dr. Manju Nair, Professor Nina Joseph, and Eliama Vijayan. Sakhi has a team of full-time staff and is supported by many friends and volunteers. An advisory committee of friends offers guidance and valuable advice. Sakhi started with the idea that information is power and that micro-level women's groups in Kerala need to be assisted to develop a feminist perspective by disseminating information on gender, feminism and related issues. Sakhi wanted to act as a bridge between what is happening at the international and national level on theories and practices around feminism and the micro-level women's groups in Kerala. Towards this, Sakhi has adopted various ways of working with women, men, young people and children. One of the primary tasks undertaken by the organization is collection of information and dissemination. The Library and Documentation Center of Sakhi caters to this need. It has more than 5,000 books, a number of journals, magazines, newspaper clippings, pamphlets, posters, audio and video cassettes and CDs. The library has 240 regular members and many visitors. The members range from students of higher secondary schools to research scholars and activists. Sakhi publishes a newsletter in the same name as part of its resource center activities for information exchange and networking. Sakhi has to its credit a large number of publications. This includes brochures, pamphlets, posters, and books both in Malayalam and English. Gender difference in professional education, relatively unequal property rights, differential wage structure, and lack of autonomy of women in Kerala are indicative of the other side of the state. Sakhi affirms that women need to be empowered. Training and capacity building programs on gender and related issues have been one of its major activities.
But definitely when we say political economy of health, it is that health is not a medical issue, health is a development issue.
Every year from 2001 to 2005, for 5 years, Sakhi has conducted a 15 days residential course on gender, health and development for health activists and facilitators from all over India.
The World Bank doesn't speak about patriarchy, the World Bank speaks about gender. All of us also maybe be more easy to speak about gender.
A team of experienced researchers and activists came from all over the country as resource persons. The reports of these courses are compiled and published as a training manual. Sakhi considers gender as the key element in the process of development and training as a tool in implementing gender-just development. It has been able to organize a number of training of trainers in gender, leadership and in building other capacities every year, and available as resource persons in programs organized by other groups and institutions.
Dr. Sundari Reddy and Dr. Manchu Nayak
Sakhi also organizes seminars and workshops on issues of contemporary relevance. This is meant to sensitize participants on gender perspective of concerned issues using a continually evolving feminist training methodology.
നിരന്തരവും കഠിനവുമായ യുദ്ധത്തെ തോൽക്കാത്ത പടയാളികളായി നിൽക്കുന്നവരാണ് നിരന്തരം ലോണിയും വലിയമ്മയും എൻ്റെ മുമ്പിലിരിക്കുന്ന എൻ്റെ പ്രിയ സഹോദരിയായ ശാരദാമണിയും മത്സ്യയും എല്ലാവരും തന്നെ.
Women and tourism, body politics, globalization, violence of development, new challenges to Kerala women, and Kerala development from a feminist perspective were some of the major seminars and workshops organized by Sakhi over the years. In the context of bringing about gender consciousness, the need to address men regarding how their gendering has taken place is felt to be very important. Workshops were conducted with young men from universities with a view to bring about studies and explorations on how masculinities are constructed in the context of Kerala. Sakhi wishes men to be gender aware and join the women's struggle. Realizing the significance of working with young people to create a gender-just society, Sakhi have undertaken an interactive process with adolescents. Based on this experience, Sakhi developed a life skill education manual in Malayalam. Along with this, 3 books on body awareness for boys and girls and on child sexual abuse were published too. Workshops and follow-up programs are conducted in schools and other institutions on life skill education and leadership development for young people. Sakhi has undertaken training of trainers for staff from NGOs, ICDS supervisors and Anganwadi workers to use the manual and to conduct activities with students and young people from the community. In this, Sakhi has collaborated with the Child Welfare Council, Kerala, and several local self-governments. 2 teen clubs are functioning in coastal area and in an urban slum. Summer camps for children are conducted every year.
നമുക്കിവിടെ പടിഞ്ഞാറ് കരിമണം കുന്നുണ്ടാകും.
രാഷ്ട്രീയ അധികാര രംഗത്തേക്ക് കടന്നു വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന നിങ്ങളെപ്പോലെയുള്ള ഊർജ്ജസ്വലരായ വനിതാ നേതാക്കളെ കാണുമ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായും അഭിമാനമുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയേണ്ടതില്ലല്ലോ.
നിങ്ങൾ ജനപ്രതിനിധികൾ, നിങ്ങളുമായി വടക്കേ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ജനപ്രതിനിധികളെ ഒന്ന് താരതമ്യം ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയാൽ ചില സത്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാകും. നമ്മൾ വളരെയധികം മുന്നോട്ട് പോയിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്നൊക്കെ ചോദിച്ചാൽ ഒരളവ് വരെ പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Sakhi aims to mainstream gender in the political discourse of the state and the nation. Sakhi wants women to actively participate in governance. And in this direction, its involvement with the local self-governments started with the decentralization programs initiated by the state government in Kerala in 1996. This innovative process offered an opportunity to mainstream gender in the political discourse of the state. The 73rd and the 74th constitutional amendments brought many women into the social and political realm. Sakhi perceived this as its opportunity and responsibility to build the capacity of elected women representatives to critique the ongoing development from a gender perspective and be proactive in bringing about a gender-just society to whichever party they belong. Thus, a process of networking of elected women representatives was initiated in Kollam and Thiruvananthapuram districts. Various capacity building programs have been organized as part of this network in the last 6 years. As part of gender mainstreaming in governance, an action research of gender and decentralized planning in Kerala was undertaken during 1998 to 2002. It was with the support of Royal Tropical Institute, Amsterdam, to understand how gender is integrated in local governance. In continuation, organized an international seminar on gardening for equity, gender, citizenship, and governance in Cochin. The research report on gender and decentralized planning was published. Sakhi did another action research in 4 panchayats on mainstreaming gender by conducting a status of women study to help the local body to do gender planning with the collaboration of CapTech. Based on the methodology thus developed, a study of status of women is carried out in about 60 local bodies in Kerala. It is a Killa, CapTech and Sakhi initiative. Sakhi completed a review of the efforts at mainstreaming gender in the decentralization process of the last 10 years. And based on that, prepared handbooks and manuals on gender planning, budgeting, and auditing, which will be used by the local self-government institutions. Besides this, state-level trainers were trained. This program is in collaboration with the Department of Local Self-Government of the state. A workshop on gender-sensitive planning in local governance, issues and concerns was conducted as part of ongoing work in this area. Sakhi is involved in research programs which are action-oriented and collaborates with institutions and organizations to conduct studies. A study on gender-based violence by Sakhi for the Department of Health reported 40% violence against women, with an average of 2 women patients coming to the outpatient department with injuries due to violence every day. Sakhi undertook a research on decentralized planning and women's health in association with Achyuta Menon Center for Health Sciences of the Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute with the support from Change, USA. Researchers related to gender, health, and governance produce reports, manuals, posters, and booklets which are useful for various segments of the society. With the support of UNIFEM, a resource directory on support services to counter violence against women at the state level was researched and published by Sakhi. Sakhi started a legal cell in 2002. It lends free legal aid and counseling to those women who approach with cases of any form of violence. It is free for women from poor families. In accordance with the guidelines issued by Supreme Court of India, many government offices and public sector units have set up anti-harassment committees. Sakhi staffs are members of 25 such committees. Sakhi uses this opportunity to spread gender awareness. Songs take messages far and deep. Sakhi organized a camp to create songs which would capture the essence of women's struggles, celebrations, and dreams. Sakhi believes that it is more important to prevent violence against women than intervene after it happened. Sakhi joins with women's organizations all over the country to undertake the 16 days campaign on violence against women between November 25th to December 10th every year. Posters and stickers and other campaign materials are prepared. Public meetings, vehicle journeys, corner meetings, programs in schools and colleges are conducted all over Kerala in collaboration with women's groups and NGOs. It helps to link various actors in the field and bring about public awareness on issues affecting women and society.
കാരണം ജീവിതം മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ സാധിക്കാത്തൊരവസ്ഥ. ഈ ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ ഈ വികസനത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള ചർച്ച നമ്മൾ വളരെ കാര്യമായി ചെയ്യേണ്ടതാണ്. കേരളത്തിന്റെ വികസനം നമ്മുടെ ഭാവി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്
Community involvement of Sakhi strengthens its other activities. Women's group in various villages like Virinyam, Pulluvilla and Alapad actively participated in all the activities and struggles. And they are keen to get Sakhi involved in the adolescent programs in the village, besides offering constant support to victims of violence in spite of so many negative pressures. Sakhi always responded to contemporary events and issues in Kerala. When tsunami hit Alapad Panchayat, Sakhi involved in relief work and later built an Anganwadi and resource center for women. It houses a library and a meeting space for women.
കുട്ടികളുടെ എണ്ണം എടുത്ത് നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും 12.48% ആൺകുട്ടികളുള്ളപ്പോൾ 10.95% പെൺകുട്ടികളേ ഉള്ളൂ. അങ്ങനെയല്ലായിരുന്നു കേരളത്തിൽ. അപ്പോൾ ആ തരത്തിലൊരു വിവേചനത്തിന്റെ തുടക്കം ഗർഭപാത്രത്തിൽ വെച്ച് തന്നെ ഒരു പെൺകുട്ടിക്ക് നേരിടേണ്ടി വരുന്നു എന്നുള്ള ഒരു അപകടകരമായ സൂചന കേരളം സംഭവിക്കുന്നു.
Sakhi takes responsibility to collaborate with other organizations and institutions in further advancing the cause of women and the emergence of a movement of women. Sakhi is part of the network of women's groups in Kerala called Kerala's Trivandrum and actively takes part in the struggles and campaigns organized by it. At the national level, Sakhi is a member of the National Network of Autonomous Women's Organizations and collaborates with other national initiatives. Sakhi has proudly completed 10 years as an organization which influenced the direction of women's effort to improve their own situation in Kerala through its research, networking, advocacy, and action. It believes all issues are women's issues and involves in all possible areas. To realize a truly democratic, participatory, and egalitarian society with the active participation of women and the marginalized. It motivates many activists and bureaucrats, women and men, to join hands and work. Sakhi wishes more and more people, especially men, to join the struggle of women and marginalized to move towards a just society.
മഴകടലിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങുന്നു